She's my wife's sister. But also my secret love. I never thought temptation would enter my home in the shape of someone so close, someone I should have called family and nothing more. But life plays cruel tricks on the heart. My name is Daniel, and this is the story of how my wife's sister became my secret love, the love that burned in silence, hidden beneath layers of guilt, suspense, and uncontrollable desire. It began on an ordinary evening. I had just returned from work, exhausted as usual, when my wife, Emily, greeted me at the door. She looked anxious but excited. "Daniel," she said softly, "I have some news. My sister, Claire, she's moving in with us for a while." I froze. Claire. The name itself was enough to stir something inside me. I hadn't seen her in years. The last time was at our wedding. She was Emily's maid of honor, radiant, mysterious, and with eyes that lingered on me longer than they should have. Back then, I brushed it off as imagination. But deep down, I had felt something. A spark I buried. "Claire? Moving in here?" I asked, forcing a smile. "Yes. She's going through a difficult time. A breakup, she needs family." Emily's eyes pleaded with me to agree. "Of course," I said, though inside, my heart pounded in a rhythm I couldn't control. That night, when Claire arrived, it was like a storm entering the house. She stepped in with her suitcase, her perfume filling the air. Her hair flowed in soft waves, her lips curved in a faint, tired smile. She hugged Emily first, then turned to me. "Daniel," she whispered, her voice almost trembling. "It's been too long." "Yes," I managed, my throat dry. "Welcome, Claire." Her eyes met mine, those eyes. Dark, knowing, and dangerous. I looked away quickly, but the damage was done. Days passed, and her presence turned my life into a silent battlefield. Claire would walk around the house in casual clothes. Sometimes in shorts, sometimes in oversized shirts that fell off her shoulder, revealing glimpses of skin I tried not to notice. But I did. Every damn time. One night, Emily was working late. I was in the kitchen making coffee when Claire walked in, barefoot, wearing nothing but a loose silk robe. She smiled faintly. "Couldn't sleep," she said. "Yeah, me neither," I muttered, avoiding her gaze. She leaned against the counter, watching me. "You've changed, Daniel." More serious. But those eyes, still the same. I laughed nervously. "And you still know how to make people uncomfortable." "Do I make you uncomfortable?" she asked, her voice low, almost teasing. I turned, meeting her gaze. The air grew heavy. I should have walked away. But instead, I whispered, "Yes." Her lips curved into a slow smile. "Good." The sound of Emily's car pulling into the driveway snapped the moment. Claire chuckled softly, brushing past me, her robe grazing my arm. "Your secret's safe," she whispered before leaving the kitchen. From that night, I knew I was lost. The days that followed were torture. Emily trusted us both, never suspecting a thing. She would ask Claire to help me with chores, and every time we were alone, the tension grew unbearable. A touch here, a glance there, words laced with hidden meaning. Then came the stormy evening. Emily was away visiting her mother overnight. The rain pounded against the windows, the house silent except for thunder. I sat in the living room, pretending to read. Claire walked in, holding a glass of wine. "Alone at last," she said softly. I swallowed. "Claire, don't." "Don't what?" she whispered, moving closer. "Don't say what you're already thinking? Don't feel what we both feel?" Her robe slipped slightly, revealing the curve of her collarbone. I looked away, but she touched my hand. Sparks shot through me. "Claire," I whispered, my voice hoarse. "This is wrong." "Maybe," she breathed, leaning closer, her lips inches from mine. "But sometimes wrong feels more real than anything else." I don't remember who kissed first. Maybe it was me. Maybe her. But in that moment, the dam broke. Her lips were soft, urgent, desperate. The kiss deepened, years of suppressed desire flooding out. I pulled her close, feeling her body melt against mine. We stopped only when we heard a noise upstairs. My heart nearly exploded from fear. But it was nothing, just the old house creaking. We pulled apart, breathless, shaken. "Daniel," she whispered, her eyes glistening. "This can't happen again." But we both knew it would. What followed was weeks of stolen moments. A brush of hands when Emily wasn't looking. A kiss in the shadows. Whispered words at night when the world slept. We were playing with fire, and every second was suspense, danger, and desire rolled into one. But secrets don't stay hidden forever. One evening, Emily found a wine glass in the living room, lipstick on the rim, though she hadn't been drinking. Her brows furrowed. "Strange," she murmured, glancing between me and Claire. My heart froze. Claire smiled easily, taking the glass. "That was mine." "Sorry, forgot to put it away." Emily shrugged, but suspicion had been planted. From then on, her eyes lingered on us longer, watching, sensing. I told Claire, "We have to stop. She's starting to notice." But Claire only shook her head. "It's too late, Daniel. You can't go back once you've tasted something forbidden." She was right. And yet, guilt clouded me every time I looked at Emily. She was my wife, the woman who trusted me with her heart. And here I was, betraying her with her own sister. The breaking point came on a night I'll never forget. Emily organized a family dinner. The three of us sat around the table, laughter forced, tension thick. Claire wore a red dress, stunning, knowing exactly what it did to me. Emily noticed my eyes flicker, just once. That was enough. After dinner, Emily confronted me. "Daniel, are you hiding something from me?" she asked quietly. My throat closed. "No, of course not." Her eyes searched mine, filled with doubt. Later that night, when Emily slept, Claire slipped into my study. Her face pale, her hands trembling. "She suspects," Claire whispered. "I know," I said, running a hand through my hair. "Then maybe it's time to choose," she whispered, her eyes shining with tears. "Choose?" My voice cracked. "Yes. Her, or me." Her words struck like lightning. The room spun. Could I leave Emily, the woman who gave me everything, for a love that was secret, forbidden, and born in shadows? Or could I bury my feelings, deny Claire, and live a lie forever? Before I could answer, we heard footsteps. Emily stood at the door, her eyes wide, her face pale. "How could you?" she whispered, her voice breaking. "My husband, my sister." The silence was deafening. Claire tried to speak, but Emily raised her hand. Tears streamed down her face. She turned and ran upstairs, the sound of her sobs echoing through the house. That night, everything shattered. Emily left the next morning, suitcase in hand, her eyes empty. "Don't follow me," she said coldly. "You've already broken everything." Claire stood in the doorway, her face etched with pain. "Daniel." But I couldn't bear to look at her. The love we had tasted now felt like poison. Weeks passed in torment. Emily filed for separation. Claire left the city, unable to face me or herself. I was left in the ruins of my choices, haunted by the memory of a love that was as dangerous as it was irresistible. Sometimes at night, I still feel Claire's presence. I remember her whisper, her touch, her eyes that told me she was mine even when she shouldn't have been. She was my wife's sister, but also my secret love. And secrets like that, they never really die.